Right. What if Deku was trained by Sanji Part 2? So we basically left that part off, right? Where your boy Sanji came through just in that bitch, right? So, what would end up happening? Now, we would have to explain Sanji's story on how he got here. I'm gonna say that it's further off Sanji than what we've seen in the manga. The reason is because it's a safety net, right? Because if Sanji does some cool feats or do some cool moves, and for some reason I'm able to continue the story past a certain point, right? I would be able to implement certain things. Or if this story just really goes somewhere or people really like it, right? I would be able to use some of the later on moves that they know. And I don't know French, so I don't know every single move Sanji does. But for the niggas that do watch One Piece, you kind of just like, yeah, it's more of just like this nigga Deku just being a real one, really. That's really kind of all it is. And so after Deku gets bandaged up, Sanji says, I'll teach you what I know. It's gonna take a while, but I'll teach you what I know. So I digress. He basically, like, let's say there was somebody with a weird fruit and he's got hit with something, he was transported. Everybody respectfully, the trio, the big three trio, the Maso trio, got teleported respectfully. And so what ended up happening is they did get teleported, and then Sanji ended up here. We don't need to worry about where the other motherfuckers ended up just yet. So Sanji's up in this bitch, right? He sees Deku and he realizes this might be why I'm here. I might need to help this little nigga. And Sanji's an expert cook, so I don't think it would be too hard for him to find a job. So eventually I presume he would become a head chef at multiple restaurants like a demon he is, all right? And so Deku would follow this and he would start working for Sanji basically. And he's like, how is this gonna teach you? When you're cooking fish, you need to make sure you cook it at a temperature of XXX. And when you're doing this, that, and make sure you always wash your hands. You would never want to. And then so he's going on about like different little rules and stuff. And remember now, Deku doesn't have his hands in, fighting per se conditions. Okay? And so he talks about, Sanji talks a little bit about himself. And Deku talks about himself. And he's like, wanted to be a boxer, huh? Oh, interesting. I thought you were going to say you wanted to be a swordsman or something. I would have had a problem. It's like, why would you have a problem? It's nothing. You just would remind me of a moss I know. Wait, you know a moss? What's that mean? Nothing. And so basically they would spend this time from this point all the way up until the 10 months of the entrance exam. And most people, except like maybe Deku's mom briefly, sees him, but all she sees is Deku with scuff marks on him. But she also sees that his physique has been reshaping a little bit more back to normal. He's also been getting a little bit bulkier, a little bit more, chiseled, all right? But she also sees that he's been taking, he broods up very bad, very, very bad, okay? So Deku basically is learning how to cook. He's also spending a lot of time with Sanji, learning how to fight, learning how to dress, Sanji style. And also, Deku sees how Sanji acts with females, bro, and like he respects the dedication, but he's just kind of like, nah, I don't fuck with that whole not hitting a female thing, my boy. Okay. The justification for it is, right, is there was one time there was an incident, right, while they're out doing, their shopping, and there's like, we'll just say there's a female with a decently strong quirk. And so Deku's about to cause she ran up on my nigga Sanji, right? And stabbed that nigga on some shit. Let me let this car pass. And she ran up on that nigga Sanji. And she trying to run, she tries to stab him, but I guess let's just say he weaved it or something, right? And Or like he almost got cut. Deku's about to hit this nigga with a, I'm just making up some shit, with a aplu. He about to hit that nigga with a, hit her with a spin fucking kick to the neck, my nigga. Just slumber, that brother gone type shit, right? Nah, then Sanji just, and then blocked that shit. He's like, never in your life hit a female around me. On some shit like that nigga mad, okay? And he's like, wait, what? He hasn't seen Sanji simp mode, right? So Deku's dumb confused, bro. But anyways, so that nigga's talking about, all sorts of shit, his chivalry and shit. He's like, yeah, you never hit a female, blah, blah, blah. He going on and on. So this female basically beat this nigga near death, my boy. And she's like, give me all your money. And he's like, I don't have money, but I can cook you some food. Or like, let's say he has some she has some rice or something. Like something he could make automatically, right? Which is like minimum tools. He pulls out like a briefcase and makes some food and just be like, here you go. And I'm like, not me, my bad. Deku's just like, my nigga, you almost died for a random pussy, my boy. Like y'all not even fucking, like, what did you gain from that? He's like, you don't hit. He's like, what? And then like Sanji looks at him, angry as hell, releasing slight conquerors haki, and Deku's like, lucky you nigga. He kind of didn't get it, bro. Like it didn't make no sense. He's still confused to this day. Legend has it, my boy. So he's like, what the fuck is this shit? Anyway, so after that happened, that's why Deku's just like, nah, fuck that. If a nigga come at me, bro, he can catch these legs equally, bro. Because he doesn't want to look stupid like that, right? And I'm going to say it's going to be something that seals that in the coffin later, potentially, but we'll digress on that later. So, with that being said, that's also why Deku's just like, nah, fuck that. He does take some notes for Sanji of just, how strong his character is and just, his overall everything else. But his simp mode is very impressive. Like, he's seeing how that nigga is when it comes to saving a female. He keeps that in mind because he's like, bro, if you swap that to guys too, my boy, you'd be a dumb, strong hero. And, Sanji's like, I'm not interested in all that. Getting him a cigarette. I'm not interested in all that. I just like to cook and find something one day. He always leaves his, top tier goals. God damn. He always leaves, his top tier goals and shit ambiguous. Like, he doesn't fully explain it. But anyways, they're training for, minutes, bro. So Deku's learning skywalk. He's learning hockey. I'm going to say he learns conquerors just for the fact that I don't feasibly see Sanji not getting that if he doesn't already have that. And even if he doesn't, I'll just say he does have it. And so they're just training for a good little minute. And now, note, no one has seen Deku at all right? And so we're going to make it to where he meets a couple of people before we end this part off, right? He's going to meet Uraraka because Sanji was cooking, and Sanji started simping for Uraraka's mom, saying how beautiful she is and all sorts of stuff, while Deku was bringing the food because there was an order placed, but for some reason the payment didn't go through. And so basically, Deku and Sanji, they come through with a boatload of food, and it's like, Sanji's like, nah, it's good, I got y'all, or whatever. For such a beautiful lady as yourself, you need to make sure you stay nourished and keep, he's doing all this, and Uraraka's like, is that guy okay? Yeah. He gets like that when he sees a pretty girl. And then he says something like, yeah, she is pretty, so he's like, hey, what was your name again? And then he's like, Deku, would you say I look like my mom? He's like, yeah. Ah, shit. Him got caught in 4K, big lag king. She's like, really now? So you're saying you think I'm cute? He's like, shit. He's like, damn. It would be like an unnecessarily dramatic but funny comedic moment where he's like, damn, how could I have been caught in 4K like this? Damn, I left myself wide open for an attack. Or he would use some boxer terminology. Damn. Or like a boxer's he's talking about like how a boxer would counter or leave themselves wide open and then get hit with like a gut punch or something, or a kidney punch or something devious, right? How could I have been this foolish? Damn it. But then eventually he calms it down. And I'm gonna say he has the opposite of Sanji simp mode, and he's like, shit. Well, I mean, yeah, you're pretty cute. I mean, I would have to get to know you a little bit, but I mean, you're not hard on the eyes. You got those pretty brown eyes, and I don't know what else he would describe that. That's about all I had off top. But he would be on some shit like that, and she's like, huh, really now? And then, yeah, he's like, shit, if you want, we could train sometime. If you want, we could train sometime. She's like, train, cause I overheard you want to become a hero. I'm gonna be one of the greatest heroes myself. So, you know, like he on that not bullshit type shit, right? And so that's one of the motherfuckers he's gonna pull up on. I'm gonna say Endeavor was treating motherfuckers. So I'm gonna go into it on the next video more in depth, but I'm just getting this out of the way. I'm gonna say he already met Kirishima because he did the boxing thing in Kirishima, and they had an interaction throughout this time period when Genchi Makiya came through. And Deku was talking about how he would have been a boxer or the gym he went to, okay? So he would have met him. And I'm also gonna say he met Shinzo due to the simple fact of Deku just needed some alone time by himself because Sanji was being a simp somewhere, and he was like, I'm not in the mood for that. So he just started training by himself or whatever. And then Shinzo told him his story, and Deku was just like, yeah, bro, stop being a little bitch, my boy. You better do those squats and push-ups like I did, my nigga. I didn't get like this. So what he did was he showed him like a light imitation of some like boxing combos and shit, you know, some light shit. I mean, it's light shit now, but like if he did it earlier, he would have probably hurt himself. So after he did that, Shinzo gets some ideas and decides to, you know, take up boxing or like maybe kickboxing or some type of martial arts. So you meet Shinzo, Kirishima, and Uraraka. This will have impact on the story later on. But until then, I'm out.